Well, the feathers are flying again. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. Like I said, the feathers are flying again. I'm in my travels and I run into a little situation. My girl Vivica Fox. Now let me just say this before we even get started, because everybody is really, when I say everybody's in their feelings and it's been this thing of the gays or so in their feelings, please don't count yourself out, all you heteros, honey, because my last videos, the video I did on Kim Burrell and the video I did on Shirley Caesar, not one time did I disrespect nor call Kim Burrell or Shirley out of their name or anything like that, but people just were in their feelings. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not just the homos that are in their feelings, honey. The heteros have been pretty bad. I've been seeing comments, people wishing death on me, talking about my parents, and everything else that they could actually think of. And I know for a fact that they haven't actually watched my video, because if you had actually watched my video, you would actually see that some of the stuff I had actually sided with you, but you were so busy attacking a little gay boy. So just that, let's just get that out there, okay? Meanwhile, I don't really give a shit because I got tough skin and I can cuss you out probably better than you can cuss me out. So anyway, everybody's in their goddamn feelings, okay? And everybody has been in their feelings. It is what it is. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Vivica A. Fox. She is the next one in line for the dragging now. Vivica was actually on The Breakfast Club. And she was on with some of the dancers from her new show, Vivica's Black Magic. And there was a question actually asked, which didn't surprise me at all. You know, would the dancers actually dance for gay men? To which Vivica said, hell no, just back on up with all that. Now, me personally, here we go again. I love Vivica. I have always loved Vivi. I mean, dating all the way back to shit, Set It Off and all of that. Do I feel as though Vivica is homophobic? Not at all. Did I take offense to what was said? Not at all. So just put that down there before y'all start talking about my mama and all of that. I didn't take offense to it. But if I did, that would be my Pennsylvania privilege, you understand? But I didn't take offense to it. But see, I'm not the one that's important in this situation. The person, there were several people, some homosexuals actually did get offended by it, by the way she answered. Not even so much of what she said, but it was there saying this, how she said it. Like, you know, like, get the fuck out of here. That kind of thing. Okay, that's cool. But let's talk about what's really important, okay? Like I said, I'm not important. That fact that I didn't get upset. Some other random homosexual who got upset, not important. But you know, the one homosexual who, and I'm just saying he's homosexual because I'm not really sure. He may or he may not be. But there's one person here who actually did get upset. And now Vivica has just about fucked herself because this one person got upset. And his name is Jean-Claude Lemaire, who is actually, he's executive producer and all that. He is the person whose star power this shit is actually rolling off of. So yes, it does matter. Oh well, if he's in his feelings, it's a fucked up situation now, isn't it? Because now Jean-Claude has actually come out and said he doesn't even want to do any dealings with Vivica anymore. He's the guy to put the movie together, Chocolate City, which is where all of this started. And then Vivica had the idea to try to get a residency, because that's what it's all about, getting a residency in Vegas for these ethnic exotic dancers. So now that Jean-Claude has been pissed off, he's not pulling away from the project totally, but he's not choosing to deal with Vivica any longer. This is an issue because the whole reason that that television show is on television is because of him. It's his money, his power, and his pull is what has that on television. For all of this to work the way it should work for Vivica, she needed everything in place. She needed this to be on TV. Because she needs all those numbers so that she could actually convince Vegas to give her a residency. And having this, the reality show of it and all of that, and all of these set dates that she's doing and these interviews and these shows they're doing, everything, she needs everything in place for this to run its full potential. But see, now we got a problem because Jean-Claude is holding the fucking purse strings. So he, from what I'm getting from it, and he say he don't want to work with her no more, it's going to be a wrap. I think he's going to roll with this just, to get his piece back out. But as far as the longevity of it and a season 2 of the television show and trying to keep the television show on TV, I don't think he's not going to push for any of that. I don't think he's going to push for any of that. I think that the way I'm understanding how this is going, it's like he's going to get, when he gets to the point where he got his money back, fuck it. And that is sad. That is sad. So I don't know what Vivica's plan is. She could be the tough girl that we know she is and say, motherfuck him. You know what I mean? But that's going to fuck up her purse. That's going to fuck up her purse because, like I said, her star power ain't pulling this project. It's his star power that's pulling the project. So the whole thing back and forth, and they did this whole thing on the Breakfast Club and had people calling in and, do you think he's being do you think people are being too sensitive and this, that, thing, and the other? It doesn't matter whether you think people are being too sensitive. When the person with the money and the motherfucking pull is offended, you either have the choice to fix it or walk away from it. And I think Vivica's done a whole lot of work to just jump up and just walk away from this. And it ain't just about this black magic thing. She was in a movie of his and all of that. They had other things that they were working on. This shit is about to fuck Vivica up. This is going to fuck her up. She's going to be sitting around, if she, depending on how she handles things, she might end up sitting around looking like Kim Burrell's looking. Because Kim Burrell, whether or not, everybody agreed with Kim and the church or with the gays, Kim Burrell is looking stupid than a motherfucker right now. And her purse is giving very much of coughing like a motherfucker. She has lost lots of bookings and lots of money and awards, and it didn't work out in her favor. So rather people were being too sensitive, it cost her. And this is looking like it may cost Vivica, and it's sad. But this is the other thing. What Vivica said could have been handled a completely different way had she just kind of thought it out. When they asked the question, will they dance for gay men? Well, actually, no. This is really going to be the thing of just a girls' night out and all. If she would have just not said, hell no. I mean, I seen it, but I didn't find it offensive. Okay, whatever. That's Vivica's that tough girl thing. And, she's that ghetto girl. So that didn't bother me. That's a ghetto girl response, This is the things that people love Vivica by. But, oh well, you rubbed the wrong person the wrong way with the bullshit. Another thing I wanted to say, as far as the gays go, she needed the gays on board as well to watch the television show. She needs those numbers. So it would have been very smart not to offend the gays because, no, you're not going to let them come into the live shows, but you need the viewership on the television show. And I could pretty much guarantee you the way that the LGBTQ community rolls, they're not going to watch your show, baby. So her numbers on the show are probably going to plummet as well. This is pretty much over. And I've been trying to look at it a different way and trying to say, well, maybe if this shit's pretty much over before it's even gotten started. Or I'm going to be very surprised if it don't. And, a lot of times reality shows, just because there's 7 or 8 episodes filmed, we don't always get to see 7 or 8 episodes. So I don't know. And trust me, the LGBTQ community, they could shut that shit down. They can shut it down. But she needs the viewership. She really does on television to keep that piece. That television piece is a key component to having this whole project work. Now, the one thing I'm going to say, I believe personally that there is something more to this. I don't believe for one moment, because Jean-Claude and Vivica have worked together and been working together for years. I don't believe for one moment that that one comment pissed him off so much that he took this stance. I would love to interview him or see an interview where someone else's interview and get his whole piece of the story, because we only get pieces of the story. And nobody has actually said anything, or have talked to him. I guarantee you, I would bet money, there's some other conversations that have actually led up to that type of thing. And I'm just going to say this. There's a lot of times when our heterosexual counterparts do get too comfortable. You say we're being too sensitive, but a lot of times heterosexuals get a little too comfortable with their homosexual friends, and they do say shit that is out of order. And then when we say, hold it, motherfucker, hold on. You done got way too comfortable with me, and you on some fuck shit now. And then you like to say, oh, y'all being too sensitive. I'm going to give you a prime example. So just roll with me here. I have a friend, has known me basically all my life. All my life, this woman has known me. Let's go back to Love and Hip Hop. When Love and Hip Hop was, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood was on, and they had the first gay male couple, which was Milan and Miles. Every week, until I literally stopped her. I had to stop her. Stop. You're doing too much. Like I said, person has known me all my life. Trust me, I've never been in a closet. Everybody's always known I was a little gay boy from like 3 years old, okay? So, you're not just going to say any old thing. As soon as it was announced that they were going to be on, I got a phone call. Did you hear about the faggots that's going to be on so-and-so? I beg your pardon? Oh, yeah, them two gay, them faggots, so forth and so on. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you see the point that I'm actually making? You are heterosexual, and that's fine, and I'm homosexual, and everything's cool. Everything's cool. You've been to my house, I've been to your house, I've grown up around you. But at what point do you honestly believe talking like that to me is acceptable? Because if you were speaking of me to me, you're not calling me a faggot. But do you think that it's actually proper to be sitting saying something about that in that way? You're talking to me like you're talking to another one of your ignorant ass heterosexual friends. It's not always what you're saying, it's how you're fucking saying it. So no, it's not always that people are all being so sensitive. That's not sensitive. That's fucking disrespectful. And I had to pull her coattail and say, hey, really? And she didn't understand. She didn't get what I was saying until I said, okay. And I said, I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her. And I politely waited 1 week, and some shit came on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I called her on the phone, and I start talking about the show. And I start referring to them as split tails and cunt bleeders and all of this. And she stopped me and was like, why are you talking about them like that? Why are you saying that? And I said, do you see how that is? You see, that's the same way I felt when you called around here and was calling them faggots. It's the same thing. It's disrespectful for a gay man to be saying to you, calling a woman a cunt bleeder and a split tail. And, I just did the exact same thing back, and then she got it. But I had to literally offend her before she would understand what I was talking about. So now I'm going to get back down off my soapbox because I know we done went way out. But the whole point is, like I said, I would bet money, hard cash dough money, that there has been some conversations where Vivica has said some things that Jean-Claude didn't care for. And I promise you it wasn't this one that one little thing that she said on the Breakfast Club that got all this shit in an uproar. I promise you, I would be willing to spend my own money on a bet. I promise you, it wasn't this one thing. But what I'm going to say is, Vivica, it would be in your best interest to. I know I hate people to backpedal and pussy pop. So I'm not saying go and apologize, but try to go get some understanding and fucking fix it, because you about to fuck up your purse money. You know, fuck you, girl, to fuck up your purse money, and is it even worth it? Maybe it is. I don't know. But that's it. I was just in my travels, and I wanted to come and shout at y'all about that. Go on down in them comments. I know y'all going to do it. I'm interested to hear what you have to say. I ain't interested in none of that fuck shit, though. So don't be down there with that ignorant shit, because I'm going to block your ass. Got it? Capiche? All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.